as the creature wrenches open its mouth and is getting kind of angry.
Pull a dagger.
Susan, you're up. Your whip is destroyed until repaired.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Can
You
I?
have any other weapon?
Whippy,
Well,
no.
I mean, what else is there to do
You
than
could,
to
like-
die together?
Yes, my love.
I mean, he can only remember y'all do get bonuses for surrounding creatures. So
Surrounded beast.
obviously, that puts you in danger.
Bring it down!
It's gonna keep biting me, so just get behind it and stab it. While Pone just stares at his candle in the trees.
You just wait.
So useless.
Okay,
Once I
but-
level up,
10
and I get
yards.
some damage spells.
10 yards is pretty much next to Goji.
Okay, so that will be you running as fast as you can.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
running.
All right.
But I can't attack it because I
Right,
don't have any.
that's a full
range.
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a full move anyway. So you run as fast as you can up to Meezer, who is bent double, holding what he can hold of his whip. The rest of it being trampled underneath the creature as it rolls around, and he is sobbing silently into his hands. Ulravis, you're up. You gonna run or you gonna test? Or cast a spell that does not involve you getting closer.
Can I, as I run, can I scream, "We should flee"?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't really run from this thing.
That would be dangerous.
Nope,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Useless elegy.
Ulravis has found Ulravis has sat there long enough that the tree he's kind of found a spot that's like shaped nicely to him, and it's actually kind of a pleasant experience compared to where he could be. Grimly, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna beat some of this scale over here.
Okay. Let's see
And
it.
now, I have 3 advantage now, so do I get any additional modifiers? I get plus 30, right?
Plus 40 because it's
And then-
bigger.
So I literally have a 100% chance to hit this thing. Okay.
No, you are rolling against a 100 because he might roll a better success level than you. Ooh.
You can roll better than that.
That's right. Satisfy the grudge.
Get
All right,
Jen
so
there,
that
dwarf.
does.
They've wronged us.
What's your strength bonus?
My strength overall is 45.
So it's a 4. So that's 8. That's 18 damage. Jesus.
That's
Christ. All right.
Kill the beast.
Kill the beast.
I thought you were a warrior, not a slayer. Jeez.
I'm a soldier.
With a hearty cry to Grimner on your frothing lips, you bring your axe two-handed over your head and slam it into one of the beast's many legs, and it lets out a horrible screech as you crack through numerous scales and puncture a deep wound that is bleeding grotesque blackish blood that is just really awful to look at. So you did 18 fucking damage. Jesus Christ.
It's taken. Gotta have taken. The last time I hit it pretty hard too.
Oops.
Must be over 30 it's taken.
You know, if I could get in close to rot it and make it lose some armor, that'd be cool. Maybe if you guys just bring the beast over to the tree.
That's not right.
So do I get another advantage?
Yes, you always get an advantage when you win an opposed check.
Oh my god, you're gonna murder this thing.
I have to think for half a second.
It's alright, I'll just solo the final boss, no problem.
God, why am I so bad at
Although
math?
that whip did save me around.
18 minus 6.
Yeah,
My dodge is pretty
Twelve.
pitiful, so if it gets to swing at me, I'm probably gonna have
All
to
right,
take the beating.
Meezer, you're up. You don't have a whip anymore.
Dagger!
Killed Whippy.
Leap into its maw with the dagger. Just heroic.
Yeah, I just charged at it with a pitiful dagger.
Yes.
Just screeching.
Yes, Meezer. Yes.
Yes. Ah,
How far away are you?
you harmed my
Okay.
whip.
All right, you get plus 10, 20. You get plus 30 because you're charging. You have a friend supporting you, and it's big.
Dope.
Roll away.
That's
5
right.
success levels. Nice.
Woo.
All right, you charge for it, and screaming, you manage to duck under its snapping maw past the trampled remains of half of your whip, and stab your dagger as hard as you can into its body.
Jesus
And-
Christ, you rolled another.
What's your strength?
2.
The tens place.
Let me see.
16. So that's
2.
4 levels of success.
Wait.
So 4, 8 damage. Okay, you managed to penetrate its hide just barely.
Nice.
All right, this thing is pretty enraged, and it's gushing freely from the wound in its side, and it turns its attention down on the dwarf, and with a screech, brings its jaws snapping down. So dwarf, you can take a dodge or a weapon skill check, but you do get to add your advantage to it.
So, let's see. So, does it have the same penalty, even though it's like its jaws instead of its claw? Like, is it easier to parry the bite than it is the crushing claw that you mentioned earlier?
No, it's basically the same.
Okay, so melee basic.
Shoot.
So its penalty was -40, correct?
What do you mean its penalty?
If I try and parry, it was -40, correct?
Yes.
So now that I have 4 advantage,
It would equal out.
so it's 65. So it's way better than my dodge.
Aren't you at 5 advantage now?
4, I think.
I believe it's 4.
Okay, so just melee basic standard then.
Okay. All right, nice roll. You effortlessly parry it aside. As its jaws come snapping closed, you manage to throw your axe up in just a way that it glints off its scales and turns its head aside. Gain another advantage. Susan, you're up.
That's right.
Oh yes.
Wait, do I get an advantage from stabbing?
you
Yes, because you did damage.
Okay, check this out. I'm gonna charge as well.
Okay. So you'll
Everybody
get
watch!
you'll
Watch
get-
as I charge the beast!
you'll get plus you'll get plus 40.
Plus 40, and I do them basic.
Yeah, melee or no, don't do a melee basic. Do whatever weapons you have in your
So
weapons
go down to
library.
your dagger in your inventory.
Oh yeah. Dagger roll plus how much?
40.
Plus 40.
40, because I'm charging.
Yep. And you've got friends, and he's big.
Yeah.
All right, you bring your dagger slicing down, but the creature manages to sidestep it and lets out a rumbling hiss at you. Ulrivis, you're up. See if you
Useless.
can rally
I get
before
it.
this fight's over.
Did you just yell useless at me, Nicholas?
No, at pump.
He's definitely talking about me.
At least you're fighting the beast.
Oh my god.
You want to use that last fortune point?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Turn and Gojira is stealing all the... Oh! He finally...
Back in the
He's
game,
he
baby!
finally gets his shit together.
Can
So,
you shock this thing?
What's your willpower?
I have to get closer.
What's your willpower bonus?
4.
4? Okay, so the flame in your hand snuffs out as it's reached its life. And that happens at the end of your turn, so you're done. Grimly, you're up.
All right. Shouting the name of the dwarven pantheon, I shall bring my axe down in a mighty blow. All right, where's my weapon?
Let's see it.
Axe. And then now I get plus 50, right? And then don't I get something for my friends? So wouldn't it be another 10% per friend?
I'm gonna cap you at 60 for surrounds.
Okay.
Advantage can go higher, but
Well, my advantage is 50 plus 10 only from the one ally, right? You're not going to give me more than plus 10 for this round?
fair point. All right, I'll give you a plus 70 then.
That's
Nice. That's the joy of stacking advantage. Oh no!
Oh my god.
Jesus
happened?
Christ.
Why does this say fumbling success?
Because the system's confused. So, because the reason it's freaking out is because you're trying to get below a 135, which is not possible to fail.
Oh,
But
so
but there's
okay.
but there's an auto fail system, so it's confused because it's like he succeeded but he didn't. Do you have
Yeah,
any
so
fortune
it's just-
points?
no.
Okay, so as you bring your axe swiping down, the creature has finally gotten the measure of you and brings his head swinging around and roll a d100 turn.
Oh, no.
Oof.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no!
Does it just eat my guy in one bite? It's okay. I still have my big save, so hopefully if I
Hold
have
on.
to,
Excuse me for a moment.
I have my fate.
Excuse me for a moment.
I had my face.
Sotek, are you just going to weep quietly
For
in the
not
corner?
not for me.
He's singing the ode
For s-
to Grimly.
For someone. For someone.
Have blood out of
For someone I am
wolf.
weeping,
Wolf.
but not for me. All right. So, dwarf, you bring your axe spinning around, caught up in the bloodthirst of combat and the fact that you are starting to push this creature back quite handedly. And as it sees you swinging in, it manages to rear its head back just enough that you miss, but you were so caught up foolishly in your anger and your strength and all of your majesty that you fail to see Meezer standing there trying to be a heroic champion.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yes.
Meezer, distracted as you are trying not to get crushed by the beast in front of you, you realize too late as an axe comes descending into your back.
I love it.
You take what's your strength bonus?
Yes.
Not
I don't
you,
even get to
not
dodge or
you.
anything, I
Turin.
just get-
Nope. You don't
It's
see
4.
it coming.
Oh,
4.
4. Goji, you take 14 damage in the back.
I just fall over dead.
No, what negative do you go to?
I go to -3.
Okay, roll a d100.
Where does that say our hit points again?
Yeah,
Okay, never mind. I see it. Wounds.
That's great.
I knew Turd would kill us all. It may not have been from the creature underneath the rock, but damn it, I knew he'd kill us all.
One of Gojira's ancestors must have wronged the dwarven people.
the grudge must be
Big grudge
settled.
off.
Grojin.
But the book remains
Goji,
full.
take 2 bleeding conditions and you are now unconscious.
Oh my god.
Been there before.
Could he use his couldn't he use his fate point to just mitigate all of that
No,
basically?
you have to die before you use a fate point.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, guys. I'm still alive.
Yeah, as long as Turn's still there and he's still got more advantage than that thing has on him.
Okay, awesome. Great job, team. Also, you lose all your advantage because the beast beat you.
So I go back to 0.
You go back to 0.
Okay.
Oh, we're fucked.
Alright, so wait, where do I put the bleeding conditions?
You just
Like,
note it somewhere on your character. I don't care how you note it. Just note it's on a piece of paper or whatever. You have 2 bleeding conditions. All right,
I'll put that in the
everybody
wall,
good? Good? All right, so
Yeah.
now it's Meezer's turn. Meezer, you're unconscious and you're bleeding, so you died.
Okay.
Would you like to use a fate point?
Yes.
Or
I
is-
think,
okay.
I think more pushes me back from.
All right, so now you have a choice,
the
Meezer.
deaths.
You can either use a fate point to immediately resurrect and continue in the fight alongside your companions, or you may use it to somehow miraculously survive the situation. And you no longer get to participate in this encounter.
Okay, so either way, I don't participate.
No, in one you do.
You can get back up at 0, or yeah, you'll be at 0, 1 wound. You'll be at 1 wound, you can get back up and keep fighting. And all your conditions will go away and you just fight to the last. Or you can spend it to basically be whisked away to safety, but you can no longer help your friends.
I feel like I'm gonna die.
This,
If I just
Which,
get up
which,
at 1
yes,
HP.
just to make clear, if he hits you again, you'll have to spend another fate point.
I mean, you'll probably die regardless of your health.
Unless I get
He's
whisked to
targeting
safety.
the dwarf.
Unless I get whisked to safety.
Does he get experience if he does that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Even if you feel you
Yeah.
get experience.
It's not killing.
Yeah, Goji's participating.
My
His-
own teammate killed me.
Yeah, experience is not like centralized to just the character. It's for the player. Like he's gonna get experience for the counter no matter what. And
Encounter, got it.
If he dies, it'll go to his new character. If he doesn't, it'll go to his current character.
Alright, well, what would being whisked away even look like, is my question.
You'll
Uh,
just join Ryan in the camp, basically.
Yeah, that will be for me to decide. I'm not gonna like tell you what it is just yet.
He's gonna just get lost in the swamps and die anyway.
So, oh wait, how many feet points do I have?
Wait, what?
Oh wait, I have a shit ton of fate points. What the fuck? Why?
Don't ask questions.
Because you're human, probably. I don't know how many you put in.
How many do you have?
Well, it says no, that can't be right.
Wait, that can't
It
be
must
the
be
venom.
the opposite. Should be just 2, right?
Oh, yeah. Wait, no. You're human, so you should have started off with, Goji, why you gotta do this to
And
me?
he rolled like everything.
It is Meezer, Lord of the Horses.
Oh, the horse.
Meezer, Lord of the Team Kill.
Lord of getting killed by his own friends.
Dude, you got karate chop, dude.
Dude, and I couldn't even do anything. There's no cons. There's just I die.
Well, if you have 2
Lord
fate
slam.
points,
Well, you didn't see it coming. What were you supposed to do?
Yeah. Very
I just wonder if this is the final boss of our adventure.
Nicholas, stop inquiring.
metagaming, sir.
Well, that would then
The
depend on.
dwarf.
That's a warning.
That's a warning, sir. Sir. Sir.
She's the beast.
The great beastie of the night.
This thing's pretty messed up, though.
This thing's huge, dude.
I mean, even if you flee, we can probably finish it off, especially if Pwn helps.
Well, if he can
I'm finally back in
get
the
on
game. I am.
if he can finally get away from the
You just lit a candle in the tree and just looked at it for like 4 rounds.
I was gathering my thoughts, and I now know what I must do.
Dude, you gotta shock the shit
I
out of this
cast
thing.
Comet of Casadora.
That would be awesome if that was the case, but it'd probably
Oh,
blow
here
us
we
up,
go.
too.
Yeah,
You have,
got it.
okay, so you were
If I
given...
successfully did it.
You were given 2 fate points and 1 resilience point, and then I gave you 3 points to put into either of those categories. So you should have a total of 6 spread out somehow. So I think you were 3 and 3 if I remember right.
3 fate, 3 resilience.
3 fate, 3 resilience if I remember correctly.
Okay, so I don't know why I have 4 and 2. So
Or did you go 4 and 2?
ooh, yeah, no, I went 4 and 2.
Guys,
There
I
you
need
go.
to pee. I will be right
Goji
back.
was all like, 420, bro.
420, bro. And I can
Okay.
use. Okay,
So-
so then yeah, I'll get up at 1 because I'm down to 3.
Okay, so you get back up. Awesome. So, as the axe descends into your back and you fall face first on the ground in horrible, horrible agony, you feel you kind of cry out to whatever god will listen, and you whisper Sigmar's name. And as you do so, you feel a strange inner strength suffuse you, and you slowly but surely stand to your feet, filled with divine wrath as your as the dwarf, pretty horrified with his own actions more than likely, pulls the axe out of your back, and the wound seems to clot just fast enough for you to be able to keep fighting, limping, pretty much drained of blood, but refusing to bow down to fate.
Goddamn Dowie.
That's my Meezer.
The beast at this point has acknowledged all of you, but he's pretty pissed at this dwarf standing in front of him.
You say all of you, but I'm still behind.
He doesn't
my
even know
group.
Pwn exists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that's so assume that Pwn's not included in that.
Okay.
Just make sure I'm not.
All right,
immune
and
to
he is going to do
He's gonna get crunk and swing at me. Tail whip.
He's gonna ignore you guys and go for that fleeing dude.
Oh, that dude's gone. That dude's not even on the map anymore. He's super gone.
No, I want him to be a decoy.
All right, let's see which one of these is he doing.
God, I wish we had the halfling. We should have just dragged him with us to like feed him to this thing. That's like one less round.
One round, yeah. All right.
I'm back.
Oh, yep. Turn is right. Okay, so first, he's gonna do 2 things actually. The first thing he does is, still focusing his ire on the person who split open his side, the Beast of the Orschlamm rakes one of its claws across the swamp dirt at you, dwarf. So roll a dodge or a parry. Remember, you don't have any bonuses this time, though.
Does he have any negative modifiers if I attempt to parry since it's just swamp dirt?
Nope, because it's going to be you in a moment.
Okay, so yeah, so if I just do a basic parry, then there's no penalty, correct? For this
No,
one?
there is a penalty because he's still a lot bigger than you.
Okay. What's the penalty?
Because a parry is you trying to use your strength.
Your might to block him, right?
Yeah, which you're
What's
not gonna
his? Is it -40 again?
Yes, it's -40 just because of his size.
Okay, so regardless, it's better for me to take my dodge here, which is sad.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get whacked here pretty good.
Oof,
I'd
especially with
say
that
so.
roll. All right, his claw comes raking across and impacts you, and he hits you in the. I reversed the numbers. Oh, he gets you in the left or the right leg. So he hits you in the right leg, and he does. Let's see. So he. Okay. Let me check one thing real quick. What does impact do?
I don't like when Sotek needs to check.
I know, it's always so ominous.
A success. Oh, okay.
Just-
So
I think my toughness
right.
has a modifier, yeah.
anyway, so he hits you for for the size rules. Multiply it.
100 damage.
2 steps is times 2.
Do you
Okay,
think
so that's
Archeon could beat this
1, 2
basilisk?
steps. So he does.
I do.
Yeah, Archeon would absolutely annihilate this thing in like one hit. He does.
I don't know.
If Gremlin can't take it, I don't know.
He does 12 damage to your right leg.
So minus the 10th place of my toughness, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 12, 7, and then my armor modifier on my... the armor modifier is the last one, right? If I have any leg armor?
Yes. If you have any armor on your leg.
Is it right leg, you said, or left leg?
Yes. He hits your right leg.
Okay, so 12 damage minus my toughness, which is 51, so the 5th place. So I'm just going to take 7 overall?
Yep.
Okay, so I go to 12.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting.
Then take an immediate. Oh wait, no, you just get it. Oh wait, if no difficulty is marked. Oh, okay, take a challenging. Wait, hold on. Let me see if you take this now or in a minute.
Sure.
You've lost your advantage, dwarf. You wins all.
He has the high ground. It's okay. I still have a really good chance of hitting it. My
Charles
weapons.
was like, you underestimated my power.
He did. Just wait.
And the beast was like,
Okay.
"Brr."
What if I just whacked Meezer
He
again?
was like, what?
Okay, its venomous claws have managed to get into your precious bloodstream. You are now poisoned, which means you take minus 10% to all checks. And there will
Okay.
be some further stuff when your turn rolls around.
Okay, so I'm just going to be using my thing to get rid of it. Should I just do that now?
Yes, you can do that now.
Okay, it's gone.
It is fairly easy to get rid of, but if you want to go ahead and pop a resolve, I would not blame you.
Yeah, I just popped a resolve.
Okay,
yeah.
great. All right, Susan, you're up.
Well, first of all, Nicholas, check Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
For
sorry.
the roleplay.
I forgot. He was going to do one other thing.
No.
No!
Too late. He swings his tail around because he's tired of being surrounded. This one I will roll publicly.
That's pretty good, Anna. That's great. I love it.
All right.
Paste it in Discord.
The tail attack comes sweeping around. Goji, Anna, and Turin, all of you are going to be hit by this, so all of you need to roll a dodge or parry to get out of the way.
Dodge.
Okay.
My dodge is...
Satisfy the dodge.
He didn't roll super good, so you have a good chance to get out of the way. Just a reminder, if you try and parry, Turin might be in trouble.
Do
Any
I
modifiers
get...
to the dodge? Or...
No, you get no bonus unless you have advantage. If you have any advantage points, then you get plus whatever. All right, Susan and Meezer easily managed to leap or duck out of the way. Grimly, hold on. Let's see. He rolled a 73.
Grimly.
So he had.
Be ready to spend your fortune point.
Hey, somebody's got to do it, man.
So you were 4 away from success. He was 2 away from success. So he does hit you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh.
Oh.
And he will do just a flat 8 damage to your right arm.
Okay, so
Sorry, I lied. He'll do 16 damage to your right arm.
16?
Yes.
Seems a little excessive. All right, let's see.
Wow,
Toughness.
cheater.
So toughness 5. How much was it? 16. So I go to 1.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm amazed you're still
Still
standing.
alive.
So
one wound left.
the tail comes sweeping around from the left. The wood elf deftly somehow manages to leap over it. The backstabbed Meezer is still stumbling from his wound, and it arcs over his head. And the dwarf manages to look, and he raises his shield to parry, and unfortunately, he just gets.
I don't have a shield.
Oh, okay. You raise your arms in a desperate, feeble attempt to stave off the incoming blow, and it.
I mean, a
crashes
muscular,
into
manly
you.
attempt. Yes.
It still only counts as
It
one.
spins you around like a top, and it's horribly unpleasant, but you do manage to remain standing. You gain another poison condition since you took damage.
Its tail poisons me?
Everything poisons.
Jesus. What does my my other thing do? I have 3 of those. The
What did I
resilience
think this
points.
was? Resilience you can use to just tell me you rolled on something. So if y'all are like fighting this thing and you realize like fuck, I'm like you're trying to dodge and you're like fuck, I need to dodge this, or if you're trying to swing on, you're like fuck, I just want to try and kill this thing. You can say, all right, I'm spending a resilience point, and I rolled a nat 1 or whatever on this basilisk.
Oh, so I could have used that to dodge the shot here, right?
You can if you were really desperate to do it, but you're still standing, so I wouldn't have used it.
Okay, so just save it for the killing blow, basically.
Yeah.
So
So-
this is gonna be like a thing where it's like your turn, roll to make sure you don't die to poison.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I mean, it actually sounds like I didn't know what that would do, but it sounded like it'd be more prudent just to avoid the blow in the first place, so I don't get poisoned, and I still have.
Yeah, he's got 3 of those.
Yeah. Is it possible? I had no idea I could use it in that way. Is it possible to just retcon that, or is it too late?
Oh no, you can change that if you want. Yeah, getting you to spend resilience points is fine on my book.
Yeah, I have 3, so. Yeah, so I'll just use that there, and then that'll put me back up to 11. So if I just dodge it in the first place, there's no damage, no poison, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Proceed.
All right, Susan, you're up. What you gonna
I
do?
shall charge again.
You can't. You're too close.
Stab it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab it.
Oh, by the way, Susan and Meezer, you both gained a. Actually, wait. Never mind.
Good advantage, right?
Yeah. No, ignore me. All right.
Why? But we dodged that motherfucker.
Yeah, but it wasn't a direct. I guess it's technically an opposed check. Yeah, go ahead. Get an advantage.
So how do I defy the?
So you're just swinging at him. You're gonna get plus 10 for each advantage. You're gonna get plus 20 for Bros being next to you, and you're gonna get plus 10 because he's big. So you'll be at plus 60.
60.
Uh huh.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, get that. Eat my dagger, little shit.
Agile, are you?
Kill it!
Dodge. No.
Very funny. Hit location head.
You shanked it right in the face.
All right. Yep. You step forward as the beast clearly is starting to drool over the dwarf that it's managing to gain the upper hand on finally. But as it's distracted, you bring your dagger slashing into. You just impale one of its cheeks, and it lets out a horrible screech as it steps back a few steps. Gain another advantage.
Aha!
Hell yeah.
And you do.
Huzzah!
What's your strength bonus?
Oh, my strength is really limp. I guess 2.
2? Okay, so that's 4, 11. Okay. Alright, the beast seems very upset. Ulrivis, you're up. You can.
So I didn't do any wounds?
No, you did. Yeah, you cut it. You impaled its cheek and managed to tear it out. It's bleeding. It's just angry.
How many wounds did she do?
Well, that's my secret.
Oh, okay, so we don't know that. Got it.
As I run in closer, I once more call to the Winds of Magic to ready up my spell. Going to begin to like, cause I get to hold the spell for my willpower rounds, right?
Uh huh.
Okay. I'm gonna ready the shock spell. Come on, Papa needs a new pair of shoes. Thank God.
Okay.
Oh, it's a touch spell?
Yeah.
Well, you have to go and touch it.
Oh, sorry. Were you asking if you could cast to ready it up?
Well, he's just casting it.
Yeah,
Well, I like cast a spell, so
yeah,
that
you have
now-
to use it instantly. So like to.
Oh, okay.
So
'Cause it's
sorry, I thought you were
instant.
asking if you could channel, but now that I think about it, that would be a stupid question to ask. Sorry, no, you can't do that. But I'll let you
Gotcha.
use that roll for another spell if you would like.
Well, I don't have any. But, like 1 yard is like my range for my.
Useless.
You could summon up
I
another
have petty
flame
magic.
if you want to try your flame trick again.
Okay, well, fuck it. I guess I'll ready up the flame as I'm coming in.
All right, the elf comes screaming, running towards you guys, and there's fire now. Grimly,
I
you're
am
up.
not screaming.
Okay.
Useless.
He is. You have to be chanting in the language magic to be able to cast. So you're doing something
Yeah,
noisy.
but the way you said it, it sounded like I was like, ah, yeah!
I just imagine you like doing all the epic chanting of a bright wizard, but it's only like a handful of fire.
So, modifier here, I get plus 20 for my allies, correct? Because there's
Yes,
two of them.
and then plus 10 for him being bigger than you.
Okay.
Sotek, do you like the thumbnail?
I will look at it in just a minute.
Success.
Yep. You hit him in the right arm, which you got a 3 plus 4 plus
Which
4
right arm?
is 11. One of them. The closest one. So that's an 11.
The one that's like grotesquely injured already.
Okay. All right. As he's reaching for you, eager to grab you and probably throw you into his mouth for a good snack. You do manage to just crack your axe down on his arm and cut another deep gouge, and more black blood oozes out. Meezer, you're up.
Come on.
Stab it. Can Beezer karate kick it?
He could, but it would be an unarmed attack and probably wouldn't do jack.
Crane kick. Karate kick.
The beast
Wrist
is
snap.
on fire now, right?
I'm gonna shank it.
He can see you now, Pone, yeah.
He obviously doesn't care.
Yeah.
Do I have any modifiers to shank this? Or...
You have plus... How many
30.
advantage do you have?
Oh, I lost advantage because I got shanked in the back.
Yeah, but you gained it because you
You have plus
dodged
40.
the tail. So you're at plus
Okay.
40. Yep. Oh, I need to roll his opposed. Derp. Yep. You run forward, past the dwarf who you are carefully keeping an eye on, and you drag your dagger across its right leg, but it doesn't manage to pierce its scales. With that, the creature takes an awkward step back, and it glares at the three of you with its roomy, gray, very aged eyes, and looks past the three of you at Pone, and it lets out this rumbling hiss before suddenly turning and launching itself away from you all.
Don't we get to hit it as it retreats?
You do not, because he is larger than you.
It's larger than life.
He can effortlessly brush you aside with his large tail as he seeks to escape.
Well, the question is, do we cut our losses or do we try and finish it? We
Susan,
won't get-
you're up. You gonna go after it?
Hell no. Guys, come on, let's be reasonable. What
Well,
if there's one more?
I love how assertive that was.
What if it has a boyfriend?
Well, we won't get paid the 10 gold. 10 gold! We could live like kings with the 10 gold.
How many wounds do you have left, Nicholas?
12, because I was able to save that last hit I took. So
Heck it, let's charge after.
Oh lordy.
that is why the grudge. The lizard has wronged us.
Anna, you are fast enough to catch it.
Oh wait, but we aren't. So like she'll be left alone.
She can catch it. Meezer can catch it. You cannot, Grimly. You're too slow.
Even with an athletics check.
You could run after it, but you can't swing while running.
Okay, so I couldn't do like some
Sooner or
fancy-
later, he's gonna get away from you.
Alright,
Unless Anna can find a way to stop its advance, it's gonna get away more than likely.
Let me-
What if I put on my flank? In an attempt to make it come back.
Damn it, Pone! You chased off our. We should. I guess we should probably not chase
Yeah.
if only you and Meezer can catch
I
it.
mean, it's limping pretty bad. It does not
Yeah.
look good. It is leaving
Ugh.
behind a grotesque trail of blood.
Anna, slay it.
Okay, I
Bring
shall
it
charge
down.
and try to just stab its tail.
Or his
Okay.
back leg.
How much advantage do you have now?
I don't know.
Do we get advantage because it chased us? Or ran from us?
Yes, you would actually.
Well,
Okay.
then that would get me to like 3.
Okay, so you'll have 3 advantage. Plus 10 for charging is 40. Plus 10 for him being big is 50.
So 50.
You're basically gonna fuck that shit up.
Or she'll roll a fumble and stab herself. Oh, nope.
She'll trip and her dagger will go flying into Goji's face.
It just spins into his eye.
All right,
Killing him.
you run up behind the beast and letting out a fierce war cry. You bring your dagger slashing as its tail is whisking past your face, and do manage to cut through its scales, and it lets out another piercing shriek. Let's see.
Pawn, can you do a war cry for...
5, 4, 9. Ulrivis, you're up.
Well, I will put out the flame.
Okay.
And then, so, oh, wait. For a second there, I had the ruler pop up. Oh, okay. If I hold them both down, it kind of like does, but it still fucks up and lose my screen.
Well, that's
Thought I could-
you have to hold them down at the same time.
Yeah, that's what. But whenever I attempt to move, it starts moving my screen.
That's so weird. Okay, I'll look into it.
So I can move 10 battle, and then
Yep.
does that mean I can move 20
If you
if I
run,
sprint?
if you sprint, you'll move 20, and then you'll roll an athletics check, and the number of success levels you get are additional yards you'll get to move. So you'll roll 20 plus, but it consumes everything.
Gotcha. I don't want to get that close.
Yeah. If you ran 20, you could get close enough to like be in melee range of it, but you wouldn't be able to do anything. But you would at least be backing up Anna if it decides to turn around.
Yeah, I'll be right behind
Did
you.
you say that? You have to do an athletics check now.
Grimly, you're up.
No, I have to do
yeah.
athletic check to go further.
All right, so my movement is not the best here.
He just shambles after us like...
Oh!
So
Wait,
you're
So
moving-
if I
Your movement 3, so at max you can move 12 unless you roll an athletics check.
Roll an athletics check, dude.
well, I can get like actually ahead of Anna a little bit.
That's like melee range.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
has to
I think
run,
you're good on 12.
so he can't
Right,
swing. He
right,
just can get
but
there.
he's there.
You've wronged us, basilisk.
Note turn, if you move to that spot, there's going to be nowhere for Meezer to charge.
Oh, okay, so I'll just go a little bit like north, I guess.
North and a little back. There you go.
All right, there you go, Meezer.
Meezer, you're up. You going to be brave?
Because next turn I can catch it and shock it.
Yeah, shock that shit.
I'll shock that little fuck.
So can I charge?
No, he's too far away.
We
But
worked too
but
hard.
I can like sprint there. Right?
Yeah, you can.
What?
You can.
No.
Wait, hold on. How far away is he? Sorry,
It's-
check again.
It's like 14.
Oh no, you can charge him.
Oh, dope. Okay, so I'm gonna charge him.
Okay, you'll get how much advantage do you have?
2? Yeah, 2.
Okay, so you'll have 2 plus 10 for charging, plus 10 for Anna, plus 10 for the beast.
Well, you have 30 now, right? Because didn't you hit it last round? I thought it was 2 last time.
He.
No, it was just
No.
no. So I have 20.
Oh wait,
now.
no, you did hit it. That's correct.
Yeah.
So you would have one more.
Okay, so it's 30.
30 plus 10 is 40, plus 10 is 50, plus 10 is 60.
Well, he hit it last round and it ran away, which was another one.
I know. I'm including those.
Oh, okay. Kill it, Goji.
Goji's wronged us.
Use the gun.
So you're at plus 60, Goji.
Oh yeah, stupid dinosaur has no chance.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh my god, so Meezer did a backflip and landed on its...
Just
Means-
cut off its tail.
Ride it, Goji.
it's not a Dark Souls boss. Calm down.
Can he use his coach experience to ride this thing?
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, theoretically. Anyway, 7, 9 plus your strength bonus of 2, right?
Yeah.
So that's 11. Ooh. All right. You also run forward and bring your dagger slashing down lengthwise across its tail, and like a
Put it in
chunk
his
of it,
anus.
like a piece of its tail almost like separates, like you split a part of it, and its blood is just pooling. And this thing is sick and fucking tired of you people. It's gonna keep running for its life. It is not interested in being around this party anymore.
Does it run slower since it's like basically dead?
No, it's you have to. None of y'all have rolled any crits, which is really weird. Y'all would need to crit it by like rolling a double to cause a wound like that. But it is gonna try and run faster. Nope. All right, Susan, you're still fast enough to keep up with it.
Get it, Susan.
But
Yeah.
it is approaching what looks like a very deep lake. If you don't
This is our last chance.
if you don't catch it now, it's gone.
I'm totally charging, so now I would be at 4 advantages, yes?
Yeah. So 4 advantage. So you're at a plus 60.
60.
Yep. And move your character. I'm tired
So
of
then
doing
I'll
it.
be plus 70 next round, right? Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I got it.
You have any fortune points?
Uh, fortune? No, I use my fortune point.
Okay, just checking.
What about resilience, where you can auto roll?
She
stuff?
could do that if she wanted to. That's up to her, though. Don't bully her into it.
Wait, the
No.
resilience was what's
I will tell you that roll, you would not hurt it.
Uh-huh.
So if you were to spend a resilience, you could just say, I roll a nat 1. Or you could say, I roll an 11, so I get a critical hit and I do damage to it.
Okay. But resilience doesn't like...
It does not recharge. It very rarely recharges.
Yeah, and what is resolve again?
Resolve is the one that you spend to get rid of conditions.
Like
Okay.
bleed or poison.
Okay. So I basically wouldn't even...
No, you
mean,
won't
I
even
was-
you won't even hurt it with that roll. So
Well, but-
it's either resilience or nothing.
well,
Might kill it, might not. You never know.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Boys, you have to rise up to the task.
Ulrivis, you're up.
Shock that shit. Shock
Yep,
that goddamn lizard.
Oh, do I get a charge? Do I get
Go
a
to the
charge
edge.
bonus to my cast?
No.
Damn it!
Shock it right in the tail.
And don't block my charge line, by the way, or I'll just...
I'm going over here. I attempt to shock it.
Did you just move 12?
Yeah.
Your movement 5, so in battle you can only move 10. You can move twice your move normally in battle. So if you want, you are in range to charge it and whack it with your staff.
Man, that does not seem like a good idea.
Well, you'll get the advantage, or the ally bonus from Anna.
Yep, you will have help, or you can do nothing.
I
Those
mean,
are
there's
your
no
options.
downside to it. It's not going to hit you back.
That is not
Fucking whack
that is not technically true.
Yeah, you literally just killed Goji earlier.
That's irrelevant.
If you roll a 96 through a 100, something bad will happen, but that's only a 5% chance. Are you guts or glory?
All right, I'm going in, baby. We need this 10 gold.
You get plus 30. 10 for charging, 10 for Anna, 10 for the beast.
All right, where is my weapon?
It's
Didn't
down
think
near
I'd
the
be
bottom.
ever using this.
If this thing gets killed by a fucking wizard stick, I swear to God.
I don't care. I'd be happy. I just want the gold.
Wait, so Pawn can't load up another spell, or what's
No,
happening with his magic?
he can charge, but he can't prepare magic while he's charging.
You say 30 or 40?
30.
30.
30. Oh,
Oh,
You almost.
but it's not 94.
You almost critically failed yourself.
Oh, that would have been so beautiful. Hold on a second. 25.
Sotek is still gonna try to kill him.
Well, the beast must have failed badly also.
Did not feel as bad. Nope. The beast's tail brusques your staff aside, and it continues moving forward. Grimly, you have no hope of catching it. Meezer?
Well, I can still move close to it, can I?
Sure. It's about to peace out, but by all means.
So if my movement's 3, 6 in battle, 12
Don't get in my way.
with the full combat run, right?
No,
And there's-
it's 6 in battle and it's 9 running. So you can charge up to 9.
So if I get to 9 away, I can't then charge it, right? Because that
If you-
consumes all my
if-
actions.
And,
Yeah,
and if you go right there, I'm gonna. Well, I think I can still charge.
Yeah, you can still
Yeah, you
charge.
can.
Meezer, you're fine. All right, Meezer, it's all on you. You get
So
plus.
I get plus.
You get
70,
plus. You get plus 30 plus whatever advantage you have.
Yeah,
If you
'cause
want
I
to-
have plus 40 advantage, I think. Yeah. And then it's.
Y'all need to do a better job keeping track of your advantage.
Well, he
no,
was at
because-
60 last time, so he
Yeah,
should be
so
at
it's
70.
Just keep
Okay.
it in a little circle next to your health.
Alright, so 60 or 70 dagger.
You can also use a resolute point or whatever
Let's
to guarantee
see
a
it.
crit.
Ooh, yeah. Can you crit him?
He
Crit
can
damage?
guarantee it if he uses
Well,
the
roll
resolute
first.
thing.
Don't bully.
Oh my
God.
Yes!
Boggy!
Oh my
Why does
lord.
Goji roll the best rolls?
Oh my lord. Hold on, let me calculate.
Master Meezer.
axe.
I have to hold on. I have to calculate the damage first. So that's 9. No,
It's
that's
the
wrong.
stash.
That's 10. Wait, no, that is 9. That's 9 success levels
It's
plus
that stash.
4. That's 13 damage.
Nice.
Does he also tame it?
Minus
Twice
6.
tamed the beast.
It's- he
is
rides it back.
7.
We ride it back to
Into
the
the cave.
We come back as conquerors.
All right, hold on to your butts. All right, so where'd you hit it? The left arm.
One of its 4 left.
Well, Pone, at least you touched it with your stick.
Yeah, dude, I got in there.
You made contact.
He poked it.
Uh,
If only I had a breathing underwater spell, we could send the dwarf after it.
Submarine dwarf.
Just sinking to the bottom.
Get in there, Master Dwarf.
I could
I'll
definitely.
I'll cast shock on the water.
oh,
If I had known about the resolute thing earlier, I would have used it to crit it, like guaranteed. Like I just did not know.
All right.
It's okay, darling. You did a good job.
You
let's-
fucked up, turn.
okay, you hit it.
I killed
and-
Goji.
Oh, it doesn't have arms. It has legs.
You quite literally killed me.
No, you're still alive. Look, it's all good.
Because of my god.
Never mind. Never mind. I'll
Don't
count
worry
it as-
about it.
I'll count it.
Right,
as-
Sigmar.
I'll count it as arm.
Sigmar's got you.
All right.
Alright.
I need to roll a quick 1d10.
I just imagined like Gribbly just pulling up Mixer. And,
All right.
Like brushing
Pone.
dust.
Not Pone. Goji. You run forward, just beyond angry at this thing. Not because it's hurt you,
Damn.
but because it
Well,
led to a scenario where you got hurt. Granted, it wasn't the beast that did it. And as its
Another
back,
beast.
as its furthest back left leg comes passing by, you manage to get ahead of it, and you bring your dagger and you stab, impaling just below its knee. And while it keeps moving, it starts dragging you, and you begin slipping down, ripping open a wider and wider and wider wound. And suddenly, blood is jetting out for 2 feet in every direction as the leg begins to twist horribly as you dislodge one of its bones. And the creature lets out a horrible shriek as it suddenly collapses awkwardly. And as blood is just pooling out beneath it, it feebly tries to crawl just a little bit further to the water and manages to make it to one of the edges with one of its hands before it lets out a guttural sigh and it drops dead.
So dramatic.
We did it!
I have
Bernard!
tears in my eyes.
They've wronged us.
Da, 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 da.
The Beast of Orschlamm is slain.
The beast lives no longer.
Sotek did not see this one coming. Chop off its head, let's collect our loot.
What? Yeah. What loot does it have?
What loot does
Does it have a bag of gold?
It's carrying the sword, the Slayer of Kings, by the way.
Does it have a rune axe of Grimnir in there?
It's a
All right.
fucking-
So, you have slaughtered the basilisk. If you would like, you can try butchering various aspects of it to try and sell off, if you would like. There are various pieces of it that could prove very useful if you have the correct trade or talents.
Like what?
For instance, let me read.
So how about we just go through each of our characters and find what's pertinent to them?
Well, don't worry. I'll just tell you.
Okay.
So, if you would like, your options is that anyone? Okay. Right. Okay.
You know, one
Okay.
of my personal short-term goals or ambitions was protect Rutger.
Okay.
He's
So,
all, like mangled. He's mangled on the beach.
so all of you are pretty, except for the elves. Though they're, I think they've been hurt by other means. But dwarf, you definitely had a moment there where you felt you were brushing with death. And you do need to deal with, you do have the unfortunate guilt spoiling your victory a little bit, that you should have put the manling in the grave with that blow. The fact that he's still standing is literally a miracle.
Good.
Good.
So the beast is dead. What do y'all want to do with it?
Well, we should chop off its head and
Yeah,
also
first
take
let's-
its teeth
head, sure.
and spikes and scales. And my character also weeps because it's still a living creature that's slaughtered in a.
Okay.
Perhaps his eye could fetch a price for something.
Eyes.
Yeah. Can they? Would
Uh,
I know or?
Probably. That seems like a likely check. As a wizard and elf, both of you elves, you especially, have heard the tales of basilisks. They do have a literal ability to use their eyes to turn people to stone. Lucky for the four of you, it seemed this one had aged so much to the point that it didn't seem either able to do this anymore, or at least it didn't seem to prefer that as a style of catching prey.
I want his bladder.
That being said, keep in mind that anything you want to take from this thing, you do have to be able to feasibly carry, or you need to work out some other way of transporting its corpse back to wherever you'd like to take it.
Well, we need some proof of
Do
killing
any of
it,
the
right?
teeth look intact?
I can probably carry
Its
his head.
teeth are super fucked up. Like, you
Like
could
all
take
of
them,
them?
yeah, but this creature was old.
Is there anything on the beast that could be used for blacksmithing?
You could take its scales for some, like, fanciness, like, accent work, but nothing that would be, like, truly formidable or interesting.
Okay. I'll just take its scales. It's fine.
Just
And
shear off a few of them into your pack.
Am I able to carry its head as the dwarf?
Yes. You will be
Okay.
very encumbered, but you can carry its head if you would
Yeah.
like.
Okay, so I guess.
Why don't we oh right, but it's
So
Swap.
what is the poison part of the basket? Is there poison parts?
So, if you'd like, there are various things that in the Warhammer world people would typically be interested in. Its skin would probably fetch a price if you could find someone interested in it. Its internal organs would probably be useful to an apothecary. Its eyes, more than likely, would be useful to poison
I'll take its
makers or
eyes.
apothecaries. Its bones, if you could collect enough of them to make a reasonable corpse, or at least keep track of where you stash it, could prove useful to museums or educational foundations.
You can have AI.
And its flesh,
taking one
if
of
you
the-
chop off,
I
if you
killed
ch-
it, you bastard. What
if
did you
you-
do? You poked it with a stick.
I asked.
if you chop up enough of its flesh, you could theoretically make steak out of it to take back to the halfling, or maybe a restaurant if you head to like the greater town of Ubersreich.
I'm gonna take the eyes. That's what I want. Not the eyes.
I want AI.
I want a wizard who will cast spells. But I guess
I
we don't
did.
get what we want
I
sometimes.
fucking did. It turned around and ran. You got free hits on it every round.
If anything, it
we
almost.
should cut out his goodies.
Anna, you can take anything on our behalf. Whatever you.
Well, let's take a heart. That's probably gonna be valuable.
Do you just want to take its internal organs?
Yes.
Okay, how do you intend on transporting them?
What? I'm just gonna put his
Like, are
heart
you
into
just
my
gonna-
backpack.
You're just gonna rip out its...
It's probably giant.
Well, no, you could feasibly carry a good portion of its organs between you and your husband's packs. but your packs will get utterly ruined due to basilisk gore.
Why don't we just take some of its skin and like split up the eyes? That's the stuff he said would sell anyways.
Yeah, you can try and come back for it and just hope that nothing like devours it in the meantime.
How big is a sheet of parchment?
Pretty small.
Okay.
It's like a piece of printer paper.
Well, we could always undress the mage and use it as a sack.
I will say taking its head would probably be a good starting point.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
well,
I was saying in the
I'll
very
take one
beginning.
eye and give one to the wizard, and then I'll take the teeth. That's all.
Okay, I would not mess with the eyes yet, because unless you have the trade poison skill, if you try and take out its eyes and you fuck up, you could potentially hurt yourself. Not to mention ruin
So
them.
let's.
If we cut off the head, we can just drag it back. And
Yep.
then-
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
cut off its head, no issue.
So let's just chop the head and head back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you decapitate the beast, and dwarf, you are able to manage its head, though you will be fully you will not be able to fight anything in the meantime.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can set the head down right if we have to fight. So, but I assume we're just gonna row back to the village. So.
All right,
You never know.
so the beast is slain. Is there anything else y'all want to do before you head back?
Nope.
No, I'm
I
good.
don't give a rat's ass about anything else. Let's go get 10 gold.
Give me that 10 G's, baby.
No.
Nothing else? All right.
How about a perception check if the screams of the beast did not attract any bigger beasts?
I mean, this place feels kind of shitty, but you don't hear anything.
Do we?
Yeah.
Let's take a look around to make sure that other dude's not fucking lurking that ran by earlier.
Yeah, if Sotek is asking like 2 times,
You probably. Sotek, I'd like to scrape off some of its skin for my pack. Is that fine? Can I do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm suspicious now. We should probably.
Don't worry. I like.
I think
to
he's
give
just
y'all-
basically seeing if we want to loot this thing anymore before we go.
If y'all are good,
But-
then you're good.
There's nothing around us. Is there? There's
Yeah.
like a lake.
We'll take the eyes later, obviously, if we're even
Well,
able
the eyes
to.
are going to be in the heads that
Yeah.
we're taking. So.
So yeah, I'm good if you guys are.
So are the teeth.
Yeah, and then if we cut it further, then we're gonna just poison ourselves.
Yeah, let's just
Is
set
there-
that.
Its blood is not poisonous, just its fangs and its claws and
Well,
other
then maybe I can get
pieces
that.
of its body.
I bathe in the blood and praise chaos.
All right.
Yeah, let's
As
just go.
Is there
as
anything weird about the lake it was crawling to? Or...
no, it just looks like a super creepy gray lake that you probably wouldn't want to swim in.
Cannonball.
Yeah, you were saying Sotek?
Yep. As y'all make your way out, though, you will find the one survivor of those individuals you saw standing by the corpses of his 2 buddies.
Let's beat him up for not helping.
Oathbreaker!
Forward!
He looks up and he sees the dwarf doing his best to carry the head of the beast, and he says, "By Toll's beard, it's not possible you killed it."
Aye, the beast is slain. Be out of our way, peasant.
Bow down, peasant.
He will quickly stand aside and profusely thank the 4 of you for avenging his acquaintances.
What were you doing out here, human?
Human.
He is nervously scratching at himself, clearly uncomfortable at this whole situation, and said, "Well, we just came out of grass this morning, looking to trap some eels in the Schlum. I was told tales of a great beast within the swamp when I was at my old Nan's knee, but I never thought there was a shred of truth in him. I didn't think this thing was down here."
Yeah, really, because we have to find some really odd prints. Are you sure that's all you were doing here?
At this point, he has started to collect. He's moved vaguely over to here, and he's kind of picking up the packs and eel cages that his fellows have dropped. And if you want, You know what? I'll just keep going. And he nervously turns and roll. He turns and he says, I don't can't say I know anything about that, my lady. We came from Gross and we're following the river. Roll a intuition check, Anna.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck this guy.
Wait, what?
Oh, your husband's gonna be pissed.
Oh!
Oh.
Critical fail.
We gotta be
I
nearing the
guess
end,
you're not
Anna.
fucking this guy.
If you have
Well,
a
critical fail doesn't matter. Oh wait, 100? Yeah, no. Let me see if he also gets a 100.
Suddenly a dragon flies from the skies and snatches up our party.
Well, Anna, if you have any rerolls left, we're probably at the end of this session, just about.
I don't.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah, I don't. But how could I have been by a That's not. That's.
Anna, you are thoroughly convinced. You rolled that 100. There's nothing I can do.
Can I try and intimidate
Can
him
the
into
rest
telling
of-
the truth?
Like, because we all knew about the footprints.
Yeah, you could try and intimidate him if you'd like.
Yeah.
Or like, can we take intuition checks to see if he's lying?
You can, yes, but I will. Yeah, go ahead.
You guys go first.
Yeah, before Grimly kills him.
Save me for last.
Ulrivis, you are 99.999% sure this dude's lying.
Human, I can see straight through your lies.
He backs away uncomfortably. And just kind of as a tutorial kind of circumstance for when these scenarios might come up in the future, feel free when you have a character like this to do stuff like, hey, can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything weird about him? Or can I roll a check to try and get this kind of information? Like, you don't have to wait until they're, like, gone or not doing anything. Y'all can interact with checks as you're trying to figure things out.
Sure.
As he backs away a little bit, and he says, "Peace, peace! As Sigmar is our sovereign, will you lay off?" He goes, we had nothing to do with whatever you're saying. Me and my mates were just out here looking for eels."
Darling,
you are the one who-
out of him.
Perhaps you are the one who maybe even murdered the men at our camp.
Roll either a charm or intimidate. Actually, how did you word it? I guess the way you worded it, I would say intimidate.
Yikes.
Just let me pull some food out of my beard, Adam, if this doesn't work.
He angrily turns around and says, "Can't you see I've lost my friends here? That's the only reason I'm having a hard time from it." And he seems to eagerly be trying to quickly gather the rest of his things in GTFO.
Okay.
Stop him!
Okay, so basically,
Something.
I mean, I'll say to him, "Lest you want your head joining that to the beast, you best tell us the truth."
That's a good way to get a bonus. Roll an intimidate check.
You guys like that shit? All right, what's my bonus?
I would get hard if I was.
I'll give you plus 20 for that.
It's better goddamn work.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see if he manages to stay cool. Nope. All right. He backs away and he goes. He throws his axe down, clearly trying to make himself seem not a threat. And he goes, all right, it's true. We killed that lying city boy. We did, smothered him in his sleep. He didn't suffer, but it wasn't our plan. You see, we was just following orders. That's all. It weren't nothing personal. He was ruining everything. He was ruining everything for Johanna, spoiling everything, a proper little saboteur. We had to do it for her sake, see? She worked so long and hard to get that commission, he would have ruined it all for her if we didn't stop him. He hired that incompetent dwarf and those work-shy foreigners. By Minifruel, he even spent funds meant to last a year and a week. All along, he swore to her that he knew her business better than she did. We all agreed that he had to be gotten rid of.
All right. I think that this bastard is coming back with us to the camp to repeat
Wait.
everything in front of the dwarf there.
I mean, I don't know,
Mizu.
like, cause how many people are loyal to the what's your bitch? What's your face?
Uh, the
I bet
Well,
the
the-
dwarf commands more respect than she.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She sucks pretty bad.
And if
He
not,
does
we're
suck.
just gonna show the basilisk. You wanna come at us, bros?
Bruh.
So we'll give him an option to come with us, or you can face our party's wrath, basically.
all right, he very willingly surrenders.
Okay, let's head back to camp with our
He's
slave.
he's exhausted from running
Slave boy.
and does not favor his
What-
chances
what-
against y'all.
What if we force him to carry the head?
We
I
should.
I doubt he's strong enough.
Oh, okay.
It takes it away.
All right, let's go back to the village.
All right. The four of you gather your prisoner and the head of the basilisk, and you make your way back to camp. You do find your boat, thankfully unmolested and waiting for you, and you take it back across the river.
The wee early hours of the morning.
All right, one sec.
I can't wait to just vengeance slap that. I told you we should have given the key to the dwarf.
Yeah, we fucked.
Yeah,
we
but
fucked
she
with
was
it.
hot.
All right, you do make your way through the rest of the Orschlamm without any further event. You don't get ambushed by swamp goblins or a river troll or any other basilisks. You are left thankfully alone, and you make it back to camp just as morning is starting to come up. You are all horribly exhausted, but thankfully there's nothing left to fight. And as you arrive in camp, you notice that a ton of people are gone. Looks like most of the tents are gone. Most of the Stragani have packed up and left. The camp, none of the there are still a couple of them hanging around with their wagons, but it seems like they're all kind of starting to make their way out.
Is the dwarf still here?
Yeah, let's look for Master Fulgrim.
All right, as you enter the camp, do you want to you head over to where the dwarf's tent should be, and it's gone.
Say that again. You cut out.
The dwarf's tent is gone, and
Alright,
you do not see him around camp.
we're charging that bitch.
I mean, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, the only two structures still standing is the tent that belonged to Rooter and Johanna's wagon.
Yeah, let's go teach her some manners. Let's go confront her.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Stragani, at seeing the head of the beast, all make horrified gasps and mark to ward off evil and give you guys a pretty respectable distance as they're preparing all their wagons and all that jazz. And they're giving some curious looks to the stranger you've brought with you into camp.
Alright. Hey, Johanna, you bitch! Maybe you know who the hell came here with us, huh?
Okay, I'm assuming you're going to bang on the door as a part of
Yeah.
that.
So we're gonna bang. I'll bang angrily on the door.
Okay.
while dragging.
I'm sure that my voice, my delivery...
You do, and she slowly opens the door, and the instant you all lay eyes on her, you can tell that she looks just wrecked. Like, you can tell that she has probably been crying the entire evening, and she looks disheveled, and everything inside of her wagon is in a mess, and clearly she is not good. And
I
she's
don't care.
her eyes fall to the large creature head that you're holding, dwarf, and she sort of just stares at it and doesn't say anything.
Well, I approach her. Can I, like, slap her on the face?
Sure.
Okay. Do I have to take any check for
No.
that?
No, not
Okay,
not this
so-
time.
I approach and slap her in her stupid face and screech, "We know it was you!"
Yep. All right. You slap her and she seems stunned for a moment, but then she quickly just starts breaking down. And as she's weeping, she sort of leaves the door vaguely open and falls heavily into a seat. And she says, I did. She's like, I knew the rumors about the monster, but I didn't think it was real. And she looks at it and she goes, I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know what was wrong. And she looks forward and says, something about this place. I couldn't take him anymore. So I hired some men out of Gross to make it look like the monster did it.
I knew it.
He was just trying to destroy everything we were working on. His incompetence, his dishonesty, he was running everything into the ground. I shouldn't have done it.
Well, it doesn't mean you could be killing him. Wait, Bimbo, you better pay us more now, so we wouldn't give you out.
I don't think we should be asking. I think we should just take her key and take the chest and just...
I agree.
So
go ahead.
You're right, guys. We should just kick her.
So can we approach her and say, "For your treachery and attempt of murder, we sentence you to death"?
That wasn't an attempt.
You can, but just so you know,
I'd say we just take the.
She wronged us. She wronged us. We can't let that shit slide.
That would be a bit of a.
Well, also,
hold on. You can do that. Just know if you do, legally, that's kind of not okay.
Even though she tried to murder us, basically.
You can turn her into the authorities. She didn't know there was a beast.
So I guess, you just told us that she was telling the truth. So
yeah, she was trying to send you guys on a wild goose chase. She wasn't expecting you to bring anything back. That being said, do you want to rephrase what you say, or do you just want to go in there with a death threat?
So, like, as it pertains to this roleplay, what are, like, the penalties? Like, I'm not sure about the rule structure around Sotek.
So, essentially, your options are, if y'all want, you can talk to her some more and come to a decision based on what she says and how y'all feel about the situation. You could turn her into the authorities, which would be very easy to do. Y'all are not far from town. So you could either turn her in, and she would likely be executed, more than likely, especially because Rooter was a local person and she's not. She would almost certainly be put to death. Or you can work out something with her. It's your choice.
I feel like we should just take
It is time that you pay up.
Yeah, I think we just take all our money in peace.
And turn her to the authorities.
She nods slowly, and she takes out her purse and just sort of meekly hands it. Like, you can tell she's just sort of... It seems like, for whatever reason, every decision she's made that's led up to this is suddenly crashing down on her, and she just doesn't have the strength to be angry or fight or anything other than just realize that she's done something horrible.
So,
for the amount of treasures and things you put us through, I go ahead and push past her and see if there's any...
Dwarf, she hands you a purse of... that have 10 gold crowns in it.
Is there no chest in the back here?
No. And as she sees the elf sort of walk in, she shakes her head and she goes, "It's not here. Thulgrim took it. He left before anybody realized it. He just vanished. Took the whole thing with him. Both keys, the chest. I never suspected. I don't even know how he got the keys away from me."
What do you mean?
So there's nothing of
There's nothing of value
really in here anymore.
No, not really.
So you said it was 10 gold crowns?
Yes, that's what she promised for killing the monster.
Okay,
Well,
so
I'm
I'll split it up amongst the party.
Well, open it and see what's in there.
Yeah, well, Sotek just said there's 10
Yes,
gold
there
crowns.
are 10 gold crowns
Yeah,
in it.
but I keep talking to her. Hello? I
Okay.
keep like, what do you mean that he left? What's his fucking deal?
She looks at you very blankly. She says, "I don't know. Rooter hired him. He was a dwarf, so I assumed he was trustworthy. He said he was an engineer from the Grey Mountains. If he's headed back there by the time that he left sometime during the night, he may already be halfway to the mountains by now."
Well, darling, that's. See, this is your dwarven loyalty, and you were so adamant about giving your word to him.
So the dwarf, what did he take from her? The chest of gold for payment?
Yep, he took all the money.
Okay, but then she just gave us the payment of 10 that we were owed?
Uh-huh. She gave you what she promised you.
Okay.
There is nothing she has promised you that has not been given.
Okay, so I guess, do you guys want to talk to her about seeing if there's anything else she can give us in exchange for us not handing her over?
No, I would actually like to talk to her about what on earth possessed her in that place.
I kind of want to see what else she has to offer before we turn her,
Yeah,
regardless if we turn her in or not.
I could care less about petty human squabbles.
She does look up at you guys and she goes, I know what I did was disgusting and wrong, but please, if you'll work with me, I can get back to Ubersreich and contact my family to resume work here at the camp with real workers, and I'll help you find Thulgrim, and if you can help me recover what he stole, I'll give you flat 10% of everything inside of it.
10%? I don't think so, lady.
Is that all
Like
your life
40.
is worth, human?
She shrinks a little bit, and she goes, we could negotiate a better rate if
90%.
She sort of purses her lips and pauses for a moment, and she says, without my help, you'll probably never find him.
Well, without our mercy, your life is gonna end pretty soon. So if I were you, I would.
I mean, is it really even worth finding the dwarf? He has like
There's a
You know?
lot of money in that chest.
True.
And
But
the next adventure.
he has the key, so you could store it somewhere else already.
Tough choices. Well, she clearly has nothing else to offer us other than going to her family.
Theoretically, if y'all were to let her go, not only would she probably be thankful, but her family would be thankful too, who do have a presence a little ways over in Ubersreich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
If
guess
if you do turn her in and she dies, that could potentially set up some enemies for y'all.
oh, poor enemy.
Not enemies like that, darling. You can't just go and kill people in cities.
Well, what do you guys want to do? I mean, we could just put it to a vote just to simplify it.
I think we need to negotiate higher than 10%, but
Well, someone with better fellowship can negotiate.
Let me see.
I think you mean me.
Stiegler,
it's definitely not high.
she recommends working out a more fair to y'all's percentage once Thulgrim has been apprehended.
What about a 60-40 in our?
Oh Christ, we're just gonna beat her up to oblivion and once we find the dwarf. Right now she can promise us, I don't know. She can, yeah.
What's to stop you from hiring more mercenaries to come after our lives?
I think we should just cut out a couple of her fingers to stop her from doing that.
She shakes her head. She goes, "No, I'm telling you, there was something. It's gone now, but there was something in this place that it just brought out the worst in me. I will never do anything like this again. I just want to put it behind me."
Can you
Can
check
I
her for
take-
magic?
Oh.
There's nothing
Well,
magical
shit,
about her.
Yeah, it sounds like there wouldn't be anything right now. I might as well take a check and see if she's lying or not.
Yeah, so
Was
will
that- Was that intuition?
I. Intuition.
Nope.
Oh,
She seems to be very genuine.
Screw it. Let's just let her go.
well, I thought we were voting, darling.
That'll be my vote.
Yeah.
Well,
We must find the Oathbreaker.
I agree.
He's the wrong.
He's the wrong nose.
He's a chaos dolly.
That was ours.
going in the book.
Yeah,
Well, he did make a fool out of you, honey.
it
Hey, you got my vote.
yeah. If y'all want, turning her in would literally be on the way. But if y'all want to let her go, that's fine. And you still do have the other dude you can turn in.
Yeah, well, we have to negotiate some terms, right? So if we let her go back to Ubersreich, she said she would do something for us. What was it you said?
She said that what she said was that she's going to go to Ubersreich and do what she can to find Thulgrim, and that if y'all will help her, then she will cut y'all a percentage of the chest, or y'all can just have her hanged and go and try and get it all for yourselves.
If your family's
Actually, I kind of like
Rich,
it for.
we would
for
like
us
you to
getting
also help us
all
get.
to ourselves.
Could your family also help us become better equipped?
She nods slowly and she says, "Yes, I think I could help work out some arrangements for you lot in Ubersreich."
Can I intuition?
Yeah, she's telling the truth. She's way too tired to lie.
All right. What I think is we. Can I like?
Can
we consult outside?
Yeah.
So she wouldn't hear us.
Yeah, if y'all want. She even offers to give you guys a free ride to Ubersreich in her wagon, which would be a much more comfortable way to travel. And she would be a helpful connection among the mercantile families of Ubersreich. Like, they are not small fries.
All right.
Okay.
Can we just? Can I have a word with you all outside?
I'm just gonna leave this guy tied up over here.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
It's poor? Come on.
Look at him.
All right. Well, what I think we should do, even though she kind of deserves to have to be tied together with a horny Walter, I think that perhaps letting her go is a good idea. But listen, boys. Once she finds Fulgrim, I totally agree that we should go and chase him ourselves and get the gold.
Yeah, I think taking all of the assistance and then maybe deciding, depending how much gold is in there, whether we want to betray.
Grimly, not yourself.
Yeah, just speaking to the party, I guess. But yeah, I agree with me wife.
I care
Sorry.
not for the humans, the squabblings amongst humans. To earn more gold, and her family will hook us up with some better equipment.
Some dank equipment.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go with that plan.
Master Horseman, do you agree?
I mean, yes.
We can fill in the halfling. Where? If his tent's gone, where is he at?
He's on a bed, but there's no tent.
Okay. we can fill in the halfling on.
Can we pickpocket the halfling's gold before we leave?
I was sending messages to Sotek earlier.
No.
About that. All right. Well, anyway, let's approach her back, Johanna, and tell her that we mercifully and gracefully shall let you go on a couple conditions. So a ride to Ubersreich would be very welcome, and furthermore, that too.
Who was that?
It's just I grimly.
That could only have been my dear. And furthermore, I do hope, darling, I understand that you're trying to give
He's in
your 5
character.
cents.
He's in character, straight up.
My GM sense of sudden rockfall is tingling really hard right now.
So I expect that your family gives us the equipment. Darling, stop farting when I'm talking to her.
The meat from his beard's talking back finally.
It probably already developed a filth in his beard. So the equipment for free, and you better help us find that dwarf, or I swear.
She stands up and holds out her hand, and she says, "If you will show me clemency, I will be eternally grateful, and I would be happy to provide you with a journey to Ubersreich so we can track down Fulgrim before he makes it out to the Grey Mountains."
Let's do it.
Fine then. I shake her herring, cold, disgusting hand.
Okay. All right. And the halfling gets loaded up on the back of the wagon where he belongs. And the brigand, y'all will, I presume, drop off on the way to Ubersreich to some authorities who will quickly have him tried, found guilty, and executed for the murder of Rutger Reuter. And then you will make your merry band way over to Ubersreich.
Outstanding.
And that's where we will stop.
All right
Yes.
then.
Give us those sweet experience points.
Yeah,
Or for the gold, should be like 222, and
It's
then,
in me pouch.
turn and
No, halfling doesn't get
Halfling gets
anything.
nothing. He gets
No,
nothing.
guys, come on.
I didn't say the fucking halfway. said two, and two, and then there would be 2 extra pieces, which I think should go to Turn and Goji. Turn for doing most of the damage, and Goji for the killing blow.
Yeah, and I'll share it with you guys. I'm not gonna. It doesn't matter.
Well, you said
So-
that you were gonna distribute.
I am. Yeah, I'm distributing it. So yeah, so each of you guys add. Yeah, just that's fine. Just add that and.
Wait, what are we adding?
Well, it'd be 2 gold crowns to everybody except Turn. Well,
Oh,
for my
yeah.
suggestion was 2 to everybody except for you and Turn, who would each get 3.
And I will say, if I were y'all, I would probably talk to her at the start of next session about that basilisk corpse. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Okay.
She might have the means to potentially get y'all your money's worth.
Yeah, Goji, add. Oh,
Is 1
yeah.
golden crown
I added
100
3.
silver shield?
No.
Or-
A gold crown is 20 silver.
It'll
Okay.
auto-calculate your
Yeah,
total wealth.
it'll auto do it.
So just add 2 to your inventory, and Anna, you and I can just share. So if you don't have enough for something, you just take some of mine. And Goji, you take
No, I
3,
just-
Goji, and Pone, you take 2.
Okay.
And the halfling gets nothing.
All right. And
No, we're just gonna kick
Add
him
your
in the
dad.
stomach.
that will wrap us up for this session. Everybody gets 150.
100 what?
150. And I will add it. Don't add it yourselves. That way there's no messes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I still haven't spent the 70.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So
Well,
I
that's...
think I might be able to class up here now. I'm hoping. That's my goal.
Goji, do you have 300 unspent experience?
No, I have 70. So look, so current is 300, spent is 225, so I have 75 that's unspent. Right now.
So you spent everything other than what you got from last session,
Yeah, what I got from last.
like everybody else.
Why does
Yeah.
my current...
I think I might have forgot to spend mine last session or add it. No, if you
no,
added it.
you got 75. We all
Wait, Goji, how much experience did you say you spent? Or how much do you
225.
have? How much do you have?
75.
You,
Because we
your,
got 75 last time. I never.
your current says 75 on your skill sheet?
No, it says 300.
Why does it say 300?
So that's total how much we've gotten. And I have more experience than anybody because I use completely custom.
Oh,
Completely
okay, I
random.
see. So the current is how much you haven't spent? That's what it's supposed to be.
your total should be 300
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
however.
your total should be 300. Your current, which is how much you have not spent, should be 75. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to add 150 onto that.
All right. Time to eat some peanut butter for
All right,
me.
I'm going to one by one update all these. Thanks, everyone, on YouTube
But Sotek, do you like the thumbnail?
for watching. Yes, I will check it in just a moment. I'm sure it's amazing. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording now. Thanks. Bye.